Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. Some of you fanboys are about to be upset with what I'm going to say in this video. Some of you Turki Alalshikh jock sniffers are going to be PO'd by the comments that I say in this video. Some of you Shakur Stevenson meat pullers are going to be what we used to call back in the day 38 hot by some of the things that I am going to discuss in this video. So I want to forewarn you before I dive into the details of this video, because this is just the warning signs that the business model that Turki Alalshikh currently has is not sustainable. Now, before we get into this video, I would like to welcome you back to the channel. And if you haven't had the opportunity yet, make sure you smash the like button and go over there and check out the AM Sports Media Discord, where we're always talking boxing related content. And we've already been talking about this particular topic. Now, let's dive into it. Yesterday, it all started with a tweet from Oscar De La Hoya, basically saying that Shakur Stevenson was talking all of that shit, but is now backing out of an opportunity to face William Zapeda. And Shakur Stevenson, of course, needed to respond. And he said, well, it's not that I'm backing out. It's that Turki Alalshikh is now backing off of the number that he promised me to face William Zapeda. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to dive into here with that. Number one, I told you guys originally when Shakur Stevenson went over there and signed with Eddie Hearn, it was to go over there and chase easy money. You've heard it in some of the videos that he was talking about when he mentioned that titles were not an importance to him. Titles are not important. You can earn a title. You can become a champion, just who you are affiliated with. That came out of the mouth of Shakur Stevenson. Also, in that video, he mentioned that money is what is important to him. He needs to go and secure that bag, right? So I knew that that's the reason why he went over there. I never said that he was uninterested in fighting Gervonta Davis, but I knew that he was not going to make a Gervonta Davis fight right now because, or at least back then, because he wanted to go over there and chase that easy money. We heard Jay Prince on record talking about, fight. And we just heard recently Jay Prince talking about Gervonta Davis needs to make the fight for the hood with Shakur Stevenson. But you guys are in current negotiations to make a fight with William Zapeda. Why are you talking about Gervonta Davis and him needing to make the fight for the hood when you know damn well Gervonta Davis is about to make a rematch with Lamont Roach and you're currently negotiating the fight with William Zapeda, and that's the path that you want to take because that's the easy bag. At least that was the perception, that was the easy bag for you. So I have no sympathy for Shakur Stevenson, but what he is revealing is what I have been telling you guys for quite some time. This is an unsustainable business model. It does not work. And we had so many people in our comment section making comments about, oh, the money over there in Saudi Arabia, they print money. Do you idiots even know what printing money means? If you actually print money, you are creating an inflationary environment. You just cannot create your own money. Economics does not work like that. You don't just print your own money. You had comments about, oh, they have unending amounts of money. The reason why they have a surplus of revenue, surplus of money that they're sitting on is because they have been managing their money appropriately. And what those governments that have surpluses of money do, specifically when they're in an industry that allows them to have a surplus, is they diversify those resources in other areas to continue to make money. You cannot continue to lose money. And that is what I have been trying to explain to you individuals. This is about diversifying their economy for the future. Diversification is not about losing money. So this business model was never going to be sustainable. Some of you idiots, and yeah, I'm going to call some of you idiots because you guys don't do your research and you don't understand. You are the same ones that believe that tariffs were going to be paid by the country that was actually shipping the products into the United States. You're the same people that believe that. You are the same people that believe that, oh, Trump is going to make them pay for it. No, that's not how tariffs work. And this isn't political. I don't care who you voted for, but you need to learn your business before you start making decisions. Okay. And so with this particular situation, we now see that Turki Alalshikh, those resources are starting to dry up. He told Shakur Stevenson, I'm going to pay you a certain amount of money. Come over here. Fight on this card. Yeah, you won't be the main card. Yeah, you can claim that you did 340,000 pay-per-view. Yeah, come over here, fight for this amount of money. And then what I'm going to do is when you actually get the opportunity to face William Zapeda, I'm going to pay you all of these dollars, right? But maybe that was before he had secured the services of Canelo Alvarez, which my assumption is that he had to secure those services with a large sum of money. Maybe that was before the results of the pay-per-view came back in regards to Bivol versus Better BF. And now he understands the amount of revenue that he is losing, the amount of money that he is losing on these events has recalibrated. Maybe he's now thinking about the fight that occurred in September and the fact that Terrence Crawford did not sell, and he now has already promised Terrence Crawford a sum of money, and he's promised Canelo a sum of money that he now knows that he will not be able to collect on. He will not be able to recoup. Maybe someone in the Saudi Arabian government has told him, hey man, this isn't going all that great. What is going on? You have to also factor in the fact that he is now starting a boxing league with salaries that are way lower than what he had already been paying fighters. So there is the business model, the overall business strategy of what Turki Alalshikh is trying to accomplish isn't working. Now, the one thing I will give him credit for and that I'm happy about is that having a new entrant into the sport of boxing has created a sense of urgency with some of the existing entities within the sport, and that is forcing them to work together. Great. Or work together more, because some of these guys have already been working together, but working together more. That is great. But Turki Alalshikh and his never-ending resources that many of you guys thought existed, it does not. And I've been trying to explain this to you guys. I've been trying to educate you guys on this, that this is not going to propel the sport forward. We have not gotten some of the best fights. We've gotten a heavyweight unification or undisputed fight and a light middle. Outside of that, what fights has he made? He's been in the game now at least a year and a half. What are the biggest fights that he's made outside of those two fights? Nothing but a bunch of stacked cards with some names, but they're not really fighting each other. And he's overpaying for it. So that's not benefiting this sport at all. But his interest did help push some of these other guys forward. So it's interesting. Thank you, Shakur, for exposing what I've already known and making it apparent that the money's drying out, and there's going to be other situations that you're going to hear in this in this regard as well. Don't be surprised if you start to hear more and more fighters talking about this dollars that were promised that don't materialize relative to Turki Alalshikh. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, M Sports Media, and I am